now. I appreciate it. So we're going to talk about the speed run that I did. You might have noticed I posted a world record, which you will see on the screen right here on speedrun.com. Let's zoom in on that for a second. So we got the world record for version 1.3 any percent no zips in 32 minutes and 4 seconds in game time. Now, I submitted the run probably 3 days ago, and I unfortunately got this message. Rejected. You are not allowed to take breaks during quitouts in the any percent category on the leaderboard. There was 2 timestamps right here outlining where I took breaks, which was really just seconds of me talking to chat on a quitout screen. There's a more interesting part to this though, and so this was rejected by Flaret. I'm going to show you exactly where they outlined the breaks. So this is the first one right here. So I quit out from the game because there's various parts of the playthrough where you have to go back to the main menu, which this doesn't count the in-game time. It doesn't affect the actual run. So here's break number 1. So I actually had to do something with the chat, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to fix something really quick. All right. See, that's the break. So that's one break. Loaded back in. I literally could have taken a sip of water and then looked at the other screen and said hi to somebody in the same amount of time as that break. Like there's no chance in the world that was a long break. Anybody, like if you literally had to drink water, you could have drinking water, which you should be allowed to do during the run, right? This is the second break. Are those sleep arrows? They are sleep arrows, yeah. So I am talking to chat right here. Watching because you're a Souls fan, although sometimes you don't have to understand what you're saying. I want to tell you. Sometimes I get really big messages that are hard to read during actually playing the game, so I do read the paragraphs on the quit-out screens, right? Here and there. There's a lot of talk about great love, but less than a month past break. Someone was going through like a rough time, so I wanted to just carefully read the message. I mean, honestly, load it back in. That's the second break. So how many seconds is that cumulatively? Under 45 seconds of time taken to do something that would have taken as long as taking a sip of water and then looking at chat, reading it, and then actually addressing someone's problem they were going through in their life, right? Now look at this. This is the interesting part. This is where it gets a little sketchy. And I'm going to call somebody out here. Now, the person that submitted this run, I actually like them. So this is Maybe. Maybe has a pretty awesome stream. She's hosted my channel before tons of times and just is an awesome person regardless. So her run got submitted and violated the rule of having the HUD turned on incorrectly. So she had the HUD on auto, which means that it doesn't display the actual information on the screen. And therefore, if you had a run submitted like that, it would be invalidated. Look at this. Same person that approves it. Future runs will be rejected if the HUD setting is not turned on from auto to permanently. What can I say, man? It's a little suspicious that somebody breaks a rule that is exclusively in the gameplay itself and is allowed to submit their run on the exact same category, any percent PC, version 1.03. And then I literally talk to chat for like 45 seconds on quit out screens, cumulatively, throughout the whole run. And it's an invalid run. Oh no, this has nothing to do with this. Like just to clarify again, because my chat's just saying like this isn't Maybe's fault. Like Maybe's fine. This is the person that reviewed the run right here, Flaret. So I don't know how these people make the rules, man, for the speedrun website, but it's kind of making me not want to submit runs to the speedrun.com anymore. It's a little suspicious, if you ask me. I don't know. You guys comment in the comments below what you think about the run, the rules, if that's fair, if that's like profiling essentially or selective favoritism. And we'll figure it out, I guess. But it's very disappointing for how long I worked on that run and how disrespectful that is. So that's the unfortunate news. I don't care past this point, but it is something that I have to point out. I have to call that out. That's not right. This should be exposed, I think. And I'm sure there's other cases like this too, where the same thing happens, where some people get their runs invalidated by some sort of problem, but then they still are allowed to do that. And just to clarify, that was the first ever run I ever submitted for Elden Ring. I haven't submitted a speedrun for anything for years and years. So like first ever of the game, but this one, first submission, future runs will be rejected if HUD settings turned on. So isn't that a little bit weird? Anyways, the run was pretty cool. It's awesome that I got it regardless. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it if you did watch it. It's still going to be on the YouTube. I'm still counting it myself, but unfortunately it doesn't count to speedrun.com because of some interesting rules that we have here. But yeah, that was that. Comment below if you think that's fair. If you don't think it's fair, maybe reasons as to why, and maybe share any experience if you've had speedruns you've submitted and you've been treated that like that too. And anyways, yeah, we're going to close this down. We're going to get into practicing for the next run that I'm doing. Whew, still got record though? Yeah, I did. But it's unfortunate though that happened.